Good young player. North Adelaide. Fourth man taken, I think, in the '95 draft. Now Scotty Chisholm. Swings it out wide. It needed to be good, and it was. Pickett's got it at left half back. Kick had to be precise. He was one of 4 players there. 3 of them were Lions. He goes short. Waterhouse. Well, he tried not to let it bounce. Now he's got a problem. Played it pretty well. And again, hasn't got the ball. And Gavin Boyle rewards him. Good decision.
Just played it carefully, didn't he, Dennis? Didn't take possession, just waited for the tackler to do it.
So Waterhouse from half-back for Fremantle. Along the boundary line. Man interfering there with McCarthy. McCarthy's free kick.
Johnny McCarthy in for his 150th game. That'll be an interesting matchup on Peter Mann.
He also goes back along the boundary line, but straight back to Kickett. Kickett controlling half-back here for Fremantle. Takes the run, 2 bounces. Looks for support, has found it through the big men running out of defence from Fremantle, but it's turned over. Johnson now pushes wide. Boyd, who's playing at half-forward, can't cut the ball off here now. And Chisholm, the pace of Chisholm allows him to get back. And Fremantle all structured up across the member side. Jones now, 1 bounce. Again, trying to push the ball up into this quite a strong bruise, but not far enough for Mann. And the second interference in a row by Peter Mann. This one quite a bit more physical, John.
Yeah, that one didn't look good. Maybe a little bit of frustration creeping into Peter Mann's game because Johnny McCarthy's certainly playing him fairly close. He's the key Fremantle forward, so it looks as though they're calling for a stretcher.
Yes, he unfortunately does look to be in trouble.
And he's a very tough customer too, Darren Holmes. It'd take a lot to stop him. But obviously you can't defend yourself against that. He was coming back with the flight of the ball and as always did not flinch.
If he's unable to take further part in the game, Dennis, I'll certainly miss him because he's been in great form.
That was a nasty one. So the stretcher is out. And at the present time, it's Fitzroy by a point, 1-1 to a goal. They've been very careful with Holmes. As you saw, it was to the back of the head. And he's saying he's okay. Well, he's far from that.
The difficulty Fremantle are having is that they just can't get the ball up into the breeze here, and the breeze holding that ball up more than what Peter Mann initially could judge, and then his late run at it. And Holmes with tremendous courage backing back into the contest.
It's always a difficult one when you're set like that, isn't it, Terry? I mean, he knows that players are coming from behind him, but he's still got to stay there to contest the ball.
So John McCarthy now will take the resultant free kick. He himself wearing a head guard this week, just returning after a fractured cheekbone. Play now resumes, and the ball is fed back inside to John Barker, pushing towards centre half forward. A mountain of players. Malloy down from half back, feeds the ball off. Pike also down from half back, so a lot of aggressive run there from Fitzroy. The centre half back and the half back flanker all pushing down the ground to be involved, and ultimately forcing the ball over the boundary line, some 30 metres around from the Fitzroy goal. Burton over the back, the left hand. Boyd gathers, feed back. Bamford again inside. Pike can't handle it, gets up out of it somehow though, but Fremantle able to regather it. Bamford now with pace. Comes around, pushes it out towards the open side. The scoring side for Fitzroy. Mark unable to be completed by Mellington, and Fremantle clear. Waterhouse, one hand. And awarded the free kick. Interference in the marking contest.
Waterhouse up from half back, decides to run away. Second bounce through midfield. Picks a fair way to the outer side, intended for Wills, who reaches over Clayton, knocks it to the ground, socket off the ground by Edwards inside the 50. Bizzotto comes up to meet it full-bloodedly, hasn't got the ball. No free kick. Man claims one and will have a ball up. Well, Bizzotto attacked that one and probably deserved the free. Didn't take it, just knocked it in front. Umpire throws it up. Man appeared to be held. Morton, Nicely done. Dent on the outer side, goes in short. This is Johnson. He's at left half back. The Dockers again starting slowly, although of course they're working to the breeze today. Johnson around the outer side. Burton over the top towards the boundary line. Abraham runs a long way and then gives it away. Straight to Bamford. He comes in short to Pike, who's enjoying a very good season.
Pushing now in towards centre half back, looking for the space. Malloy creating it at that position for him. Now continues the switch towards the member side. Boyd in the front position, pursued by Kickett. Keeps the ball alive. Leach in close quarters. Toya, Bandy, bang in towards centre half forward. Mann is now the target. One-handed. Durkay at ground level. Tosses it over the top. Kingsley Hunter running in inside the 10-yard square. Bang, his first goal. Kingsley Hunter, well done.
Just unfortunate. Jared Malloy lost his footing then and was unable to really put any pressure on the player kicking the ball. It was just unfortunate the way it panned out. The ground's obviously a little wet because players are struggling to hold their feet.
So Kingsley Hunter picks up his first goal here. Playing just 3 games last year without a goal, but previously a full forward with Claremont. First goal in AFL football. So Fitzroy looking to force forward now through the half-forward line, but Chisholm once again, best player for Fremantle over the last 2 weeks, pushes out wide. Abraham. Rombotis back on the ground after receiving a heavy knock. Short to Hines. Back inside. Abraham left foot, looks for it, finds man right on the boundary line, and there are plenty of Fitzroy supporters there prepared to give their opinion of his style of play. Very reluctant to give the ball back personally to him. Man on the wing. Long kick inside 50. Fremantle in the front position, but numbers Fitzroy's way, and again the quick hand from half back down towards Carter. Couldn't handle it there. Waterhouse is the Fremantle player to be in control. Leach now coming through. Hands again. Ball free towards Abrahams with Simon Hawking pushing back again. Sure hands. This time a slight fumble, but Fitzroy again. Good defence, pushing it towards the wing.
Primus. Missed by Waterhouse. Recovers. Has a problem or two. Bamford couldn't control it. Still Bamford works. Norwich over the top of him. Chisholm stood his ground. Slipping over Waterhouse. They're going in solidly. Carter was dragged down. At the base of all of that is Bamford. And we've got a whistle. A lot of crowd involvement. Tossed up by the umpire. Bandy and Primus. Primus clean possession. Carter nicely done to Dent. Runs through the wing, pulls it back towards centre half forward. Storming up the ground is Mellington. He's taken the mark about 55 metres out. Bacon goal square, thought about it. Now, with the breeze behind him, he's normally a pretty good kick. Here's the ball coming in. Against quality opposition. Tony Mellington. Sends it on its way. It finds those extra 10 metres. It's a goal.
Perfect kick by Matthew Dent to Anthony Mellington, then Dennis. It was right to the head of the 50-metre line and gave Mellington an opportunity to kick his first goal for the game after having kicked 2 last week in what ended up a fairly low score.
So Fitzroy move on to 2-1. Fremantle 2 goals straight.